Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing a tutorial on this really spring eye look. Please disregard the braids that I have done with my hair. I was just trying to get like some waves without like putting heat in it. So anyways, for the first shade, I'm going to take the shade Clementine, which is the orange, from the Kat Von D Pastelgoth palette. This is going to be my transition shade. This is like one of my favorite transition shades, honestly. It's such a nice like creamsicle orange. So anyways, I'm buffing that through my crease and on the outer corner of my lid. Kind of messily, honestly, because it's not a very dark shade. So I'm just going to buff that in windshield wiper motions and circular motions until I get the pigmentation that I like. Okay, so I'm going to take that peach shade and that orange shade from my Morphe 35B palette, and in that order I'm going to buff them into my crease. First taking the peach one on this tapered brush, it's still kind of fluffy but not as fluffy as the previous one, and I'm buffing it the exact same place I buffed the other one. Don't forget to go in with your blending brush and blend out after applying the shades. This will help you get an effortless blend in the end and will just make it a lot easier on yourself. Now picking up that orange on my MAC 217 brush and buffing that mostly on the outer corner and in the deepest part of my crease. Now taking the shade Love Letter from the Kylie Sweetheart Valentine Duo. It's this like pinky coral shade. Anyways, I'm taking that and I'm buffing that mostly on the outer corner and the deepest part of my crease. This is the darkest shade we're using. I'm using this to take it from an orange and yellow to more of like a coral and yellow. And honestly, like I think it really made the look. You don't have to use this shadow specifically. I'm sure you all have some kind of pinky coral shade at home that you could use. So yeah, and I'm just kind of applying that over and over again, packing it until I get the pigmentation that I desire. Okay, so I quickly cut my crease off camera and I'm now taking this shimmery yellow shade from the Morphe 35B palette and I'm packing that on my lid. I'm going to realize midway through this that this crease isn't as cut as the other one is, and I'm going to recut it. So honestly, just don't make a mistake like me and just cut them evenly or as evenly as you can. So I'm taking mostly just that shimmery yellow, but I will take a little bit of the matte yellow and pat it over top because I was finding that it looked a little bit too light and I wanted it to be more of like a mid-tone yellow. So here you see me cutting my crease up a little bit higher with concealer, and honestly, if you ever make a mistake like this, it's not a big deal. You can definitely just fix it like this and then repack the eyeshadow over top. Also, I'm so sorry to get this close to my ugly, really broken out skin. If you watched my previous video, I talked about how I got really broken out by that CoverGirl foundation. Well, yeah, this is the result. I have breakouts everywhere. So yeah, just taking a really tiny brush and I'm buffing that Kylie shade right into my crease and along the outer corner of the shadow. I honestly make the ugliest face while doing my eyeshadow. Like, look at that. Like, why is my mouth open so wide? And for all you people who hate that I wipe my makeup on my shirt, there you go. I'm sorry. I try to use wipes, but like, I've got time to be buying it. When I'm doing someone else's makeup, I don't do this. But you know, for my own makeup, that's it. Now I'm taking my Benefit They're Real and my CoverGirl Clump Crusher like usual and just applying a relatively heavy coat of mascara because I find that this looks really good with like super fluttery lashes. So like if you're someone who applies fake lashes, get some that are really, really fluttery. Like maybe House of Lashes Iconics or Queen Bees from, I don't know where they're from. Anyways, if you wear eyelashes, you'll know. Now taking my black NYC liquid liner and I'm tight lining my upper waterline. This honestly looks so disgusting, but it's really not even bad. You just kind of feel it touch your eye and that's when you know it's on there. Now taking my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer and applying that to my face. You really don't need very much of this primer, like even just the tiniest bit will go a long way. This primer just makes my skin feel like it's completely smooth and porcelain, and you heard me talk about this in my favorites video, so I don't really need to babble on, but yeah, it's definitely like a really, really amazing primer. However, the NYX Angel Veil will work, or Benefit Professional, or whatever works for your skin. Then I realized that I hadn't highlighted my eyebrow, so I'm taking the lightest shade in the Ofra X Nikkie collab and applying that to my brow bone. Now applying my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation all over my face. I'm going to be caking on my foundation and concealer today because, as I said, my skin is breaking out. So I'm definitely going to apply like a layer of foundation, some concealer, and then foundation over top, and then under eye concealer. It's going to be a lot, so don't comment below telling me I'm a cake face because I really don't care. Now taking my Tarte Shape Tape and applying it to the spots that need more coverage, because the foundation is more of like a medium to full if you build it coverage, but initially it's a medium, which is not covering my disgusting acne right now. Like literally look, I had to conceal like my entire face. So yeah, I'm going to blend this out and then I'm going to take more foundation and apply it over top to make sure that it's not like brighter in certain spots and then make everything look even. Now taking my good old Shape Tape and applying it to my chin, my upper lip, my nose, forehead, and underneath my eyes, and blending that out with my damp beauty blender. I suggest if you're using this concealer that you do like one spot at a time, so I do these places, blend them out, and then I do my under eyes because it's a fairly quick drying concealer, and if you were to do your whole face and then try to go back and blend it, it'll already be dry. Now taking my RCMA no color powder and applying that underneath my eyes, to my nose, my chin, probably my upper lip, and to the sides of my mouth. I make sure to look up when I'm applying it underneath my eyes to try to get into every single crease so that I don't look like a, I don't know, crazy person. Anyways, after I do that, I will take my Maybelline Fit Me powder on my big powder brush and apply it to everywhere that wasn't powdered with the RCMA. My RCMA powder is still baking, so I just apply this while that's happening so that I can disperse any of the excess along my face, because honestly the RCMA sets my face a lot better than the Maybelline one does. Then I'll take a small brush and brush away underneath my eyes, my nose, and my chin to make sure there's no excess powder left on my face. Now taking my busted ass Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer and applying that to the places that you would usually bronze. So your cheekbones, my forehead. I like to bronze the shit out of my forehead. My nose, underneath my neck. Look at that double chin, man. Like, holy fuck. No amount of contouring could save me from that. Anyways, this is my last one of these bronzers that I'll ever use, because after all that stuff that came out about Too Faced, I will no longer support them. I will probably buy the Hoola Light and use that instead of this one. So anyways, yeah, I'm taking the same bronzer on a duo fiber just to get like bigger spots of my face bronze, so it's not just like lines. Then taking my favorite Shade+light by Kat Von D and contouring my face with the two lighter shades first, and then I'll take just the first cooler tone one and buff that along too. Now taking that same rcma no color powder and I am baking underneath my contour. Okay, now taking that first Clementine shade from the Kat Von D palette, I'm buffing that along my lower lash line, followed by the orange and then the pink-ish coral one from Kylie. Just going the exact same order that I did on my upper eyes, and I like to buff mine down pretty far, but as I say always, you can buff it out as much as you want or don't buff it out at all, but I personally think that this like really makes the look a lot better. Taking that same yellow that's on my lid, I'm packing that on my inner corner, and then I'm taking the lightest shade from the Nikkietutorials thing and applying it over top to make it more highlighted. Quickly applying a coat of my CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara to my bottom lashes. Now taking my favorite highlighter, as you all know, and I'm applying that to my cheekbones. I wish you could really see like how blinding this highlighter is. It's like super blinding, but unlike the Jeffree Star one, it does not accentuate my texture. I'm taking a smaller brush now just to get a more precise highlight. I'm highlighting my cheekbones, my nose. Obviously, I'm like very passionate about my nose highlight, my cupid's bow, and I think it's everywhere. Now taking a pretty heavy layer of my MAC Warm Soul blush and packing that onto my cheeks. This is probably my favorite blush of all time. It's like pretty, like it has an iridescence to it, like a glow, but it doesn't accentuate any texture and it just looks so natural. So now I'm back and I don't have braids anymore, and I'm taking the shade Bleached from Limecrime and applying that to my lips. I then decided that that lip was too peachy and like too corally, so I'm taking the shade Lulu from Limecrime, which is more of a nude peach, and applying that directly over top. And with that, this springy look is complete. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please let me know if you like this video below by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And leave your comments below for any other video suggestions. Thank you so much for watching.